So as we know, it's election season coming up, and a lot of governors and I don't know, I think state reps and all that are on the line. And one of those governors, obviously, is Mr. Failure in Chief right here, Ned Lamont of Connecticut. So recently, he has this little ad thing that says, general election Tuesday, November 3rd. I think he posted this after his win. Let's get closer on those eyes. Win over Josh Elliott was his name, which he should have won just for the jokes, just for the memes, if you will. Obviously, we don't want him to win in the general election, but it would have been funny just to have him shut this piece of shit down. And yes, just so that then he knows he's already done. Like he wouldn't even make it to the general election. That would have been funny, but unfortunately, a lot of voters, especially Democrat voters, are extremely ill-informed. And so they're just going to vote with what's already there. They don't understand any information outside of their echo chamber. A lot of them don't even understand information in general because they don't bother to go look for the information. They just hear the general, Spark Notes overview, and they're like, yeah, okay, I'll vote for this guy, instead of actually understanding his extreme failures. So that's why Josh Elliott lost. He should have won in the primaries, just because it would have been funny. But anyways, this dickface won again. And I think he put this thing out after. Well, then he also put it on X, probably everywhere else too, but I saw it on X, where it says, let's keep a good thing going. General election, Tuesday, November 3rd. Here we go. And all I have to say is, good thing? Like, is this guy serious right now? Good thing? He's been a terrible governor who's basically been destroying Connecticut as long as he's been in office. Just slowly, every year, gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Like, let's just take a look at a bunch of his failures. So all this right here, this dickhead thinks is a good thing. Highest electricity rates in the nation. I don't know if they're the highest. I see different charts everywhere. One chart, I saw the top 5. Connecticut wasn't even on the top 5. But typically I hear that we do rank very high. So I don't know. The chart I saw said New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, I think, and somewhere else. Connecticut wasn't even on there, and I was like, okay, so what's the real data? Are we really that bad, or what? But I don't know. I've heard it plenty of times. So, I don't know how that's a success. Even if we aren't that high, let's say we're not doing as bad as I typically hear. Our electricity energy rates in general, gas and electric, are just continuously going up anyways. You get the stupid public benefits charge that nobody wants, so it's still a failure in any case. Among the highest property taxes. Well, that's pretty true. Property taxes are pretty astronomical. I know mine are kind of a lot. I think I was trying to think of what they are. They're around $4,000 a year, and I don't. It's not like I really have much. My house is on 0.15 acre lot. And, okay, I barely have any property in all this. Like, don't really know why my property taxes are that high when I barely have any property. But okay, I also spied at my neighbor's house. Because this information is just out there, so you can just find it, and he's roughly the same too, and his lot is the same size as mine. Only difference is he has even less property, if you will, because he has a pool in the backyard. I at least still have my lawn and stuff. He has a pool, so all he has for lawn in the front yard is a tiny patch. Not like the lawn matters. I'm just saying, like, his yard is almost nothing. It's just consumed with his house, garage, pool, and then a tiny patch in the front. And pays that much a year in property taxes. No economic growth because jobs keep leaving. Jobs keep leaving because it's a lot of small businesses and people can't afford all the dumb taxes and minimum wage increases. And then the state's health insurance and all that rates suck. So people have to leave. Either they have to shut down their business and then keep working here, but for somebody else, or they go elsewhere because it's not practical to work. To keep your business going in this state. One of my videos, a guy left a comment. I'm not sure what his business exactly is, but he was talking about how these minimum wage increases are just destroying his business to the point where now he has to charge a lot of money just to kind of like break even. He says, my profit margin has gone down because I'm trying to do good by my customers, but at the same time, I need to pay my staff I have and everything. So he's been taking a loss. He says now it's at a point where he works a job just to try to, supplement his income from his business, which is ridiculous. Nobody should have to work a job when they have a business. The whole point of why you made your business was what you wanted to do for your job. That's how you wanted to make money. You wanted to make your own money, not just earn a living, but make your money. And so when you have to leave the state or potentially think about shutting down, that's ridiculous. But I've got a bunch of comments saying that. People that are like, oh, I've been in business 20 plus years, but now it's just not affordable anymore. So, yeah, brag about that, Ned. Good choice, dickhead. Billions wasted on non-essential projects. I don't know about the non-essential projects off the top of my head. I think of California, how they had like all that money that was supposed to go to the high-speed rail, and where'd that money go? And there's no high-speed rail. I don't think we have anything like that. But what I can say is we've wasted a lot of money on stupid things like, hey, let's house illegals. Hey, let's give them health insurance. Hey, let's do this. Let's do that. Recently, the sack of shit proposed this. He says Lamont announces $300 SNAP benefit and free laptops. Leaves up, eyes closed. Which, okay, so the SNAP benefit doesn't benefit me at all. I'm not on SNAP. So now these people are getting more money. But where does that come from? It comes from people like me and possibly you who are working, who do work. I have 2 jobs. So that's a lot of money being stolen from me to support something stupid like this. Same as the laptops. Where are those going? I don't think I would be able to qualify for a laptop because I have a job. I contribute to society. So so these are what I think of when that message said wasted, money wasted on dumb projects, things like this. I don't know what else. I'm sure there's plenty though, because this piece of crap is one of the Democrat, part of that machine where we just got to do everything wrong because F society, F the people of this country. We got to do America last. Then we have inflation and the cost of living through the roof. Yeah, why is that? I don't know. Maybe it's because the minimum wage keeps going up, 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 up. I get a lot of comments on some of my videos of just real dumb people who don't understand economics in the slightest. And they say, oh, why are you supporting big businesses, billion-dollar companies? They can afford to pay their employees more. That's not the point. The point is how it impacts all of society and all of local economy, stupid. And point exactly is how, there's tons of inflation, local inflation, and cost of living is insane because, landlords try to capitalize on everybody making more when minimum wage is high, and just everything gets more expensive. But sure, let's not think that. Let's just think, hey, my check says I make $18 an hour for doing nothing. I work at McDonald's doing a terrible job at taking your order and drive-through. You got to say the same thing 3 times and I still do it wrong. But at least I get $18 an hour. I'm totally worth that. Anyways, failed education system. Well, that's true. Wasn't that famous case of that girl who couldn't even read because she graduated high school? Wasn't that from Connecticut? She was like from Hartford or something. And she always said, oh, I just had ChatGPT read it and then say it to me, so I never learned how to read. But I can't really say that's Ned specifically, only because that's kind of like a whole nationwide thing. That's the Department of Education, everything that's caused the decline in our education. But still, it's not like he's really doing anything to try to make Connecticut better, because there are other states that are doing better despite the Department of Education's limitations and such. And he's not part of it, so we have rampant crime and soft on criminals. I don't know about the soft on criminals, but yeah, I am aware of the rampant crime. Just go to Hartford, the capital city. Go to, Bridgeport or something? That's pretty bad, I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't know off the top of my head. I'm not from that end of the state, but I think from other videos and stuff, it's Bridgeport or somewhere in that area that's a problem. And what contributes to that? Oh, him thinking he's so cool, defying Trump, and, oh, we're going to stand against Trump. Defy Trump, and, oh, we're going to keep ICE out of the state and all this. And what does that do, though? All it does is make it so then you're literally allowing criminals to come in here, and you're taking care of them. That's what the prison's supposed to be for. They go to prison, and the prison takes care of criminals, not the taxpayers, not the state. You don't just have criminals lined up in hotels that you're affording for them, or paying for them. Not even you paying for them. We're paying for them. And you don't have them pile up and, get free Medicare and all this medical assistance when needed, when we have to struggle to take care of ourselves if we need to go to the hospital. So yeah, I'm running out of time here, so let's try to speed run these last ones. Businesses struggling, new businesses fleeing. I already covered that before with when I said max exodus of residents. I kind of misinterpreted that one. Residents just means people living here. I don't know about people leaving, but I know it's very expensive, so it makes sense that people are trying to go elsewhere to have a more affordable lifestyle. Broke promises, zero accountability. I don't know what any of this dickhead's promises are. I think it's just the normal campaign stuff. Oh, I'm going to go after Eversource. And then when he wins, he's, oh, good, I don't have to worry about that. Out of touch, out of ideas. He does have no ideas, or at least nothing good. All his ideas suck. And out of touch, he must be very out of touch, because he's the exact opposite of what all of us want. He's pro Islam, apparently, trying to have it be part of the curriculum in schools. He's pro illegals. He's, he doesn't mind the energy costs being sky high. Doesn't want to get with PURA ever to talk to them about the public benefits. So, and then 8 years lost. CT can't afford more. Absolutely true. He does not deserve 4 more years. He failed miserably in 8 years. Like, people need to wake up and see this and not vote for him. He does not deserve another term. We need to give Fazio a chance.